Our Constitution says, and I will point more specifically to Section 60 of our Constitution as it relates to the life of Parliament and to elections. At Section 60, subsection 2, it says, and I quote, "Subject to the provisions of subsection 3 of this section," and subsection 3 deals with when a Parliament can continue if Her Majesty is at war. That's not the case here. But it says, subject to the provision of subsection 3 of this section, Parliament, unless sooner dissolved, shall continue for 5 years from the date of its first sitting after any dissolution, and shall then stand dissolved. What is this provision of our Constitution is saying? It is telling us that the life of our Parliament, unless it's dissolved sooner, continues for 5 years from the date of the first sitting. We cannot repeat it too often that the first sitting of the Parliament after it was last dissolved in 2009 was April 28, 2009. Unless it is dissolved sooner, the life of the Parliament continues till April 27th of 2014. So there is no question that the life of the Parliament, and by extension the government out of which it is formed, continues constitutionally until the 27th of April. Well, what does the Constitution say about general elections? Let us look at section 61, subsection 1. Quote, "A general election of members of the House shall be held at such time within 3 months after every dissolution of Parliament, as the Governor General, acting in accordance with the advice of the Prime Minister, shall appoint." Now the Constitution is clear on this also, that once Parliament is dissolved, whether it's dissolved sooner than the 5 years after it met, or whether it's dissolved on that day automatically, the clock for election begins to run, and 3 months is the time within the elections must be called. The Antigua Labour Party, in their concerted effort to deceive and lie to the people of Antigua, has gone further. And they have told us that this is the first time in our history that we have reached the anniversary of an election and the election was not called. Let us just look back. 1999 elections were held on March 9th, 1999. If the Antigua Labour Party was true, then the 2004 elections should have been held on or before the 9th of March 2004. But all of us know that the elections were held on the 23rd of March 2004, beyond the anniversary of the election, because the Constitution does not use the election as a measuring rod for the life of Parliament. And the Antigua Labour Party continues to lie to the people in the face of our constitutional requirements. This is deliberate. No member of the Antigua Labour Party can sit in the same room with truth and be comfortable.